it throws Lucifer a little bit because he's just always assumed that they're gonna, be together. But like any relationship, take a woman for granted, and she's out.
So does that mean that she's gonna be leaning a little more towards his brother?
No, she's an independent woman.
Completely?
They still, there's obviously like residue of what happened, and they're still trying to figure whatever that relationship was. But she's her own woman in season 2.
Cool. One of the roles they never fully explained was her occupation as his protector. Sometimes she was always there, and other times he got shot or stabbed. You never understood when Maze was supposed to be.
Well, I think it's where she was. It's at different times in the episode, in the show, in the first season. And I think that they did explore that. It's like when she was upset or if she felt, there were a couple episodes where she's like, well, maybe I won't be there, or maybe I will. You could say that those were times where she's like, well, he's not in deathly danger. And also they didn't know that, she always assumed he's immortal. So the only thing that could kill him, until they figured out it was Chloe's vulnerability toward the end, was something of another world. My daggers, God, and so I don't know that he's ever been in real danger in Earth. The dangerous thing was Chloe. She was the danger. And once they figured that out, that he was only vulnerable around her, that's when, that's when I think Maze sort of knew that, well, if he's with her, then I have to, be there. But that all goes to shit when she figures out that she's just been a minion, for the longest time. And she bore the cross that, for his choices to stay with the detective, to put himself in harm's way. Like, she's the one worrying about what happens in hell and what will God do, and the world being off balance. And so she just doesn't care in season 2. And you'll see, mom throws a spanner in the works.
I love how you play Maze as such a strong character, yet so vulnerable at times. I find her so endearing. I really do. She's my favorite too. How now that the mother of all mothers is back, what is Maze's relationship with her? How is that?
I can't tell you other than that they know each other and they don't like each other. So they're gonna clash.
Are we gonna see more development between Maze, Trixie, and Chloe, or see more scenes with them? Because that was sort of like a surprising.
Yes. Yeah. That's all I can say. Yeah, you will. In general, what you're going to see is a lot more of this supporting cast, like, interacting. I think, you lean very heavily on, like, Tom and Lauren in the first season storyline-wise, because you're setting up a show, and you obviously want to get that second season and have an audience stay with you. And now that you have, the writers are very attentive to what happens on social media and people respond to. So now that they can see, they love Trixie and, like, Maze together, they thought Detective Douche and Maze was super funny. They love Menadil and Mace together. You're going to see, in general, more of the supporting cast, like, interacting with one another, and it more evenly spread in episodes, so that you get the time to explore backstories or explain why characters, are here in one episode and here in another. Yeah.
Are we going to be introduced to any more demons or siblings of Lucifer and Menadil?
I plead the fifth. They will string me up there. There are men in ninja costumes who will, like, come down from the ceiling.
What do you love most about playing this character?
There's a lot of meat in her, actually, funnily enough. she's I'm fiercely loyal to the people I love and my friends, and my friends in high school kind of tell the story of there were ever kids who picked on them. Like I was the one who was like, you want to go? Let's go. So I kind of like I get her in a lot of ways. I don't judge her even when she makes mistakes, and but I love her strength most of all. Physically speaking, and also like emotionally speaking. Like she's a very strong female comic book character that is so rich in a lot of ways, a lot more than what we get to show on our show. And hopefully we'll get to explore her more because in the comic book now she's the rule of hell. So my spinoff, Mazikeen spinoff.
Sorry,